All right, thanks for joining me today on my channel. This is Discovering My Dividends, and I'm the 1% Investor. Today I'm talking about my investment challenge, which is how I'm trying to get from $0 to $1 million in my trading account. So I set up an account just, well, for this channel. So originally I was just doing $50 a month, but $50 a month has kind of changed. A couple months I didn't do anything, and then a couple months I did a little extra. And essentially I want to have consistent trading ready to go. With that being said, I can tell you my account balance is at $807.06 right now, and I have available cash of $213.78. So that is what I sold Thursday and Friday, and therefore I have money to reinvest in stocks on Monday. I only sell for a gain. I never sell for a loss, and I'm only going for a 1% gain. So that's really how it works. So let's take a look at what that means. So it says I made about 15.29% year to date, or $107 of my 807 is a gain. If I look at total return year to date, $107.02, but my time weighted return rate is 24%. Now my realized return rate to date is 114. So what I've actually sold is 114. So some of the stocks I'm holding are down right now, so that's why it's $7 less. So I haven't lost it yet because I haven't sold, and I don't sell for a loss. So I'm going to hold those stocks. And then of course you can see dividends are $13. So I do hold stocks basically until I'm going to have a gain. So I'm always buying dividend stocks. So they're paying me something even though I'm not getting it. So that's that. Now let's go to right. Let's go here. So this is what happened this week. I had TF is 1, SU 2, TF again for 3, T for 4, CJT for 5, and then CP Rail for 6. So I did just out of the blue buy gold with this account, so I still do stuff that is not totally just following my strategy, but I wanted to kind of just do it. I've never done it before, and those are types of things you want to stay away from as much as possible when you are trying to work from a strategy to achieve a certain goal, because the more stuff you do that's kind of off, the norm, the more you're gonna, distract yourself from making progress on what it is you want to do, which is to make the $1 million for this account. All right, so enough of that. I'm just going to go check out my spreadsheet. So Microsoft spreadsheet. Basically, at my 807 that I'm at right now. At the end of October, I was supposed to be at 533 based on my spreadsheet, and that would get me to $1 million in, I think, 8 years. And if I was to do it sooner, if I was doing better at my trading, I would do it in 2, 3, 4, 5.5 years if I was getting 4% a week. If I was getting 5% a week, I would do it in 4.5 years. So if I could do basically turning everything over 5 times a week, yeah, 4.5 years. So that's good. Now, if I put in my actual numbers, that's basically what my spreadsheet tells me I should be doing hypothetically. But if I put in my actual numbers, I will be 2, 3, 4, 5.5 years. I'd be 5.5 years based on my actual numbers. So I'm a little bit behind what my best case scenario would be hypothetically. And if I keep going the way I can with my trading at 5% a week, again, that's best case scenario. It's going to be 5.5 years based on the cash flow that I have in there. So I don't show my spreadsheets because it visually doesn't make sense, but it makes sense to me what I'm trying to figure out. So there you go. Okay, so back to the investment challenge. $807 is actually, I was actually really happy with that for the end of October, even though, because I've been looking at August, September, October, 3 months in a row where I did not trade very well. July, I rock started. I actually made huge gains in July. But every time you have a month where you don't make a lot of trades, and basically they're holding stocks. If a stock gives you a dividend, say it gives you 1% dividend for a quarter, that's less. That's a third of a that's a third of a dividend for a month, right? And I'm trying to make 16% a month, so way off track. Now, I have tested this strategy before, so I know it can work, but when you have 3 months in a row where you're doing that, and I'm still continually buying stocks where, well, essentially I shouldn't be buying them because I'm buying them too soon. Like, they've dropped a lot, but they're still dropping, and that is always a huge negative, because if that stock goes down another 3 to 5%, you're waiting however many weeks or months for that stock to get back to where it should be. One more thing I just wanted to note. So my 24%, my return to date is 24%, and that's $107. My realized gain is $114, and my dividend earned year to date is $13. So usually if I'm getting a dividend, I've held it a lot longer than I want to. And in case in point, PPL, there you go. Now all these stocks are Canadian stocks that I buy and sell because I don't pay fees. Keeps the profit margin really small, and I'm not an advisor, so anything that you've heard on here is not advice per se, but rather just sharing with you what my investment challenge is, to see how quickly I can make that $1 million, what I'm on track for. And like I said, anywhere between an ideal situation of 4.5 years right now, all the way to 8 or 7.5 years. And it was a decent week this week, but not quite as good as I want it to be. So hopefully you'll stick with me, check out the next video, see where I'm at, see if I can take my average of $50 a month and turn that into $1 million. We'll see you for the next video.